AI isn't coming for your job. It's coming for how you get paid. And the strange part is, most people won't notice the change while it's happening. They'll notice it later, when salaries stop growing, when promotions disappear, when job security quietly weakens. Not because they failed, but because the value of work itself has shifted. For years, people have asked the same question. Will AI replace my job? It sounds logical, but it's the wrong question. The real question is, will my skills still be worth money in an AI-driven economy? Because technological revolutions rarely remove work completely. They change what society rewards. In the Industrial Revolution, physical strength lost value. In the Computer Revolution, repetitive office work lost value. Now, in the AI revolution, pure execution is losing value. And something else is becoming far more valuable. Most people misunderstand AI. They imagine robots replacing humans overnight. But that's not how real economic change happens. AI doesn't remove work. It removes friction. Tasks that used to take hours now take minutes. Writing reports, summarizing documents, creating presentations, analyzing data, drafting emails. AI accelerates execution. And when execution becomes cheap, its market value drops. This is how income structures change, not with dramatic announcements, but with silent efficiency gains. Companies don't need as many junior employees. They don't need as many assistants. They don't need as many people whose main role is doing. They need fewer people, but those people produce far more output. Here's what this means for salaries. AI rarely cuts pay directly. That would create resistance. Instead, it changes pay indirectly. Hiring slows. Salary growth freezes. Bonuses shrink. Career ladders become shorter. At first, everything seems normal. You still have your job, your paycheck still arrives. But inflation continues. Costs rise. Housing, food, energy, services. And when income doesn't grow but expenses do, your purchasing power quietly declines. Not because you became worse at your job, but because the value of your work has shifted downward in a more efficient system. This pattern isn't new. When machines entered agriculture, millions of farm workers didn't become unemployed overnight, but their work stopped paying well. When spreadsheets entered offices, accountants weren't fired instantly, but fewer were needed, and pay growth slowed. Every major technology shift follows the same curve. First, efficiency increases. Then, fewer workers are needed. Then, income concentrates among those who control systems. AI is following the same trajectory, just faster than any previous shift. So who benefits from this change? Not just programmers, not just engineers. The real winners are people who use AI to multiply output, make decisions instead of executing tasks, understand systems rather than single tools, coordinate others, direct strategy. Managers, analysts, creators, entrepreneurs, product designers, strategic thinkers. AI rewards leverage, not effort, not hours worked, but impact multiplied by technology. If one person can now produce what 5 people used to, that person's value rises. If someone only performs what AI can now automate, their value declines. This is the new income hierarchy forming in real time. On the other side are people whose roles are built on execution. People who follow fixed procedures, process information manually, perform repetitive knowledge tasks, avoid new tools, wait for change to stabilize. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack intelligence, but because the economic center of gravity has moved. And when value moves, money flows follow. This is why some salaries will grow faster in the next decade, while others will stagnate. Not randomly, but structurally. Now comes the important part. What can an ordinary person do in this transition? You don't need to become a software engineer. You don't need to master every AI tool. But you do need to shift closer to value creation and further from pure execution. That means understanding how AI is changing your field, using AI to speed up your own work, focusing on decision-making, not just task completion, learning how systems operate, not just how tools function, positioning yourself where output scales. The goal is simple. Be the person who directs AI, not the person replaced by it. Be the person who designs processes, not the person performing steps inside them. This shift doesn't require genius. It requires awareness and adaptation. AI is already changing how money flows through society. It's changing how companies hire, how salaries grow, how careers develop, how opportunity distributes. Most people won't notice these changes while they happen. They'll notice only years later, when income inequality increases and certain skills no longer command the same pay. But those who recognize the shift early gain time to reposition. And in every technological revolution, time and positioning determine financial outcomes. AI is not the threat. Unawareness is. The biggest financial risk today is not artificial intelligence itself. It's not paying attention while the rules quietly change. If you found this perspective valuable, take a moment to subscribe. New videos explore how AI, technology, and economics are reshaping opportunity in real time. Stay ahead of the shift, because those who understand early don't just adapt to the future, they help define it. And remember, the biggest changes rarely announce themselves. They happen quietly until suddenly everything is different. Stay curious, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.